What's up, guys? It's your boy, the FM Guru. I'm obviously back with another video. I'm your one-stop shop for all your farmers market needs. So if you have any questions, hit me in the comment section. Also hit me in the description box too if you want to do a one-on-one. So today, what we're going to be talking about is do not overcrowd your booth and what to do instead. So what I see at some farmers markets is people will have a booth, and when you're walking past their booth, you look at it and you can't clearly tell what it is. You want to have it to where someone looks at your booth, they can tell what it is in 4 or 5 seconds. Because what we're trying to do is we're trying to filter out who wants us and who does not want us. If you leave your booth up for interpretation, it gives it too much room for people to, okay, what is this? Nah, I don't want this. The people who don't want it, they're gonna not walk next to your booth. So that saves you half the time of talking to people. What you wanna do is not, number one, not be a general booth. So what I see a lot of the times as well, stemming from the point I just said, is people will have what it looks like a flea market in their booth where they're selling door hangings, they're selling chandeliers, they're selling soap, they're selling candy, they're selling tea. You do not want to treat your booth as a store. You want to treat it as you're selling one product. So focus on the core product line and sell that. What I want you guys to do is take one thing and sell 3 varieties of it, maybe 4. Because when people are coming to the farmer's market, they're not trying to think a lot. And if people think a lot, they'll get bored and they just don't want it if they have to think a lot. So for example, for me, I sell 4 of my cider blends. I say, this is the cinnamon, this is the stress relief, this is the sweet and spicy, this is a chamomile. You guys can pick a sample of any of the 4. The one you pick, I'm gonna explain it to you. Here's your sample. If you like it, you can come back. If you don't, then it's okay. What some people would do is they have hey, I went to this one lady's booth during Christmas time. She'll say something along the lines of, she'll say something along the line, and I'm not editing this video, by the way. She'll say something along the lines of, hey, I have candy here, and here, let me get something for your skin. I also have some lotion. And then if you want a door hanger for your mom, I have a door hanger. No, that is doing too much, bro. Because think about it. What if I'm looking for some candy and I just want some candy? I'm walking in her booth. She starts off with the door hanger. She starts off with the skin stuff. And I'm like, no, I do not want that. I just want the candy. She is going to talk me to a point where I don't even feel like buying. You're just talking too much. Guys, talking too much is a thing as well. When you talk too much, you come off as desperate. You come off as you need this sale, you need it, or you're gonna go broke. You just want to give them the product and let them decide on their own. Because another thing about farmers markets, you don't want to come off as super salesy, because again, people are there. No one really wants to be sold anything in general. People are there to chill. So what I keep it as is a sample. You could just take a sample. You take a sample and you keep it pushing. That's it. Then we don't have to talk anymore. But some people would be like, do you want to, this is the best jam. This one guy I know, this is the best jam in the state fair. I know you'll love it. And then it's just really salesy. So that is something just to focus, you don't want to have a big chaotic booth where so many things are happening, because like I just keep reiterating, it's going to bore people. You really want to look professional too whenever you're doing this. You want it to be the jerky guy. You want it to be imprinted in people's mind. People know me as the tea guy. I don't sell tea, I sell cider, but people resonated with tea. People, whenever they come, they say, oh, you're the tea guy, you're the tea guy. If you're selling 4 or 5 different things, it's gonna be, oh, I bought this cream from this lady and I really don't know what her brand name is, but she's not a cream lady. It just leaves a lot of room for confusion. The only other times where you should sell other items if it complements the item you have. So let's say you are selling tea. Maybe you want to sell a tea kettle. Maybe you want to sell a strainer with it. Maybe you want to sell tea tops. Yeah, something dealing with tea. Whenever they come to this, it's this one thing. For example, I buy this popcorn from these people. They don't be selling popcorn and candles. They don't be selling popcorn and jam. They sell a bunch of different types of popcorn. Same with the jam guy. He sells a bunch of different types of jams. Same with the produce people. They sell a bunch of different types of produce. You are shooting yourself in the foot if you bring all these things, because also it's harder to manage. Do you want to be bringing all these different items, and let's say you do have a consistent customer base, you forget this one item at home because you just have so many different things that you're bringing at one time? It is completely, just stick with one product and focus on selling that one product. Now, if they go to your website, maybe you have a few different products, but your products shouldn't skew to be a general website. You're not Amazon, you're not Walmart. Those are the only people that can get away with selling general items because they have a big enough customer base in order to support that. And then they have the inventory for that as well. Another thing I would say too is you could charge more for your expertise. So if you're known as the popcorn guy, you could sell more than someone who's just selling popcorn, because you're that guy, you specialized in it. So since you specialize in making popcorn, that means you should be making it better than this guy who sells popcorn, jewelry, yams. So that means that you can sell a premium price if you are focused on that one thing. Like I sell my cider, boom, this is $45, but this is 60 servings. Why do I sell it for so much? Because A, you can't find anything out there like this, and B, it isn't expired, and B, I'm that guy who did the expertise, the research, the product development, and I made it so perfect that a guy who's selling 60 products and maybe is selling this, he won't even come close to it, right? It is also better for your marketing. So if you guys are on social media, when you guys type in McDonald's, the marketing is burgers. That's an example. When you guys type in Cincy, the marketing thing is candles. When you guys type in, most brands, they have, this is the thing that makes them them. Wingstop, it's wings. Cincy, it's candles. Dove, it's soap. Guys, like Folgers is coffee. When you're making your product and when you're making your brand, you want to have that one thing that makes you you. My thing is herbal cider. When you think of Amazon and when you think of Walmart, they're more of a service providing you those goods from other brands, and you are not big enough to do that. If you want to do that one day, be my guest. But right now, you're not big enough to do that. With all that being said, I just want to go on a little rant. Hopefully you guys like that little rant. And like I said, like, comment, subscribe. If you guys have any questions, I'm gonna keep posting. My goal is to get to 100 subscribers. I feel like I can get to 100 subscribers before the end of June, but this is gonna probably get posted late May. I think I can get to 100, yeah, May, June. Before the summer is over, I can get to 100 subscribers. So we'll see what happens. The next video is gonna be a tier list. So appreciate you guys for watching. If you guys have any questions, Mr. Herb Roots and Company, the FM guru, that's who I am. Thank you guys for watching.